Welcome, everyone, to the Puff Drink Talk podcast. Conrad here.
Hilton.
George.
Aidan.
Aidan, a returning guest. How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right.
Right on. This podcast has started like 15 minutes ago. We were yelling at each other. George was in a heated debate with Aidan about Pope-blessed coffee here in Austin, Texas. I'm joking. All of that's not true. But anyways, so continue, gentlemen.
What I was going to say is that I knew somebody who worked at a coffee shop, and they went to a training, and basically they explained like how you get high quality beans, right? So it's actually like the mix of, I could be wrong here, but this is how I remember it, is essentially you have like these sour beans, and then you have like the like bitter beans, and you also have like just like smooth, right? And it's also about so the bag itself, like the quality is about the perfect mixture of these like different sorted, right? So like whenever you pick a bean, it isn't always going to be the same as like it's just like when you're picking like green beans, right? Like some of them are going to be like really ripe or whatever, are going to be ready to be picked, and some of them aren't, right? But you're going to harvest all of it, right? Same thing with coffee. So you have beans that weren't necessarily ready already, right? Again, I could be totally wrong here, but man. This is how, from I understand it though, is
but it makes sense.
Yeah, it's about the balance. And if you give me a bag, right? So and you're charging $50, right? And at least from my experience is whenever you go buy a bag of espresso beans, they never have like the rating on there, and apparently they get rated. They're rated all the way through 100, like 100 being like this is like the best batch like in human history or something, right? But for the most part, you want to be between like high 80s and like low 90s. That's like a really good quality batch of espresso or coffee, right? So, Folgers, I assume, is between like 60 and 70. But you get where I'm going with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if I'm going to buy a bag of, $50 espresso beans, I would want to have that grading on there. You know what I mean? Because if I want to pay $50 for some beans, they better be some good batch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, it all depends on how you value things. How much you are involved with that, how much you know about that, right? So, I know some brands that they have so many. They take care so much about everything that is around their product that I don't care if they have a organic or non-organic seal in there, because I know that the product's so good that this comes without saying. So it all depends on how you value that. I think if you understand that the effort and how that being, because I think I recommend you to go to a farm and then you see like how this thing are done,
yeah.
There are several methods. There are several. It's just like the coffee is just like a cherry, right? So there's so many methods, so many possibilities.
So you know a little bit about it.
I know.
So was I somewhat in the ballpark of like understanding?
A little bit off, but that's not the point. We don't want to antagonize, right?
Yeah.
So the whole
you can antagonize me.
No, but that's
if
not
I'm
the
wrong,
point,
I want to know like what it actually is. You know what I mean? I don't want to like stay with like the false. Yeah.
But now there are a lot of efforts. Man, it's so many elements to build the terroir of the coffee. Like it's a specific area that you have to cultivate and taking care of that. In a big farm, sometimes only 1/20th is going to be based for a specialty coffee, like high quality coffee. The rest is just basically, regular coffee.
So is it graded like how I was saying?
Yes,
right?
There are several. There are several institutions that do that, like certified. Like the give certifications.
Yeah,
and
and again, correct me if I'm wrong. It has to reach a certain grade to be called espresso, right?
Yeah. So.
But that's just for espresso.
Types,
Espresso is just how the coffee is made. Our coffee here.
That's right.
Nothing here is espresso, right? This is just a pour over method, right?
Because isn't espresso beans specifically for espresso are burnt more or cooked?
There are specific beans for espresso.
Yeah.
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 And then my understanding is the lighter the roast, the more caffeine concentrated, and lighter the.
That's used more for pour over. But there's right now, human beings have changed it so much. How like they've tried so many combinations that we have abominations going on now, right?
All I can think about is the scene from what was that weed movie with Seth Rogen and James
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express, where this baby had another baby, and then those babies fucked, and you had Pineapple Express. That's how I feel like George is trying to explain coffee. Is like this coffee and this coffee fucked, and now you got this coffee nowadays.
And several possible
Several
combinations,
generations
abominations,
later.
Yes, yeah,
mutations.
yes.
But yeah, and then so if you are more in the field, like how rare it is to do something. The more you know about one topic, the more you understand how much it takes to do that, to build that. So I think that is not like the day-to-day coffee. Is just like something you do for competitions or like when you want to celebrate. For example, if you're celebrating, right? So you buy a better cigar, like I think for celebration, you can have those more boutique brands.
This is actually a good subject, because when you think about, it's like George says that all the time, like different folks, different strokes, right? Which is, so for somebody that really likes cigar, and then they go like, I'm gonna buy this box of Cuban cigar that was released in 1987,
Yeah.
and then they pay $15,000 in it, and it's something that if they smoke, there is smoking money,
Yeah.
essentially, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same when somebody buys a Lamborghini, right? And if they drive, they are driving money because it's a freaking expensive car, right? And then
To maintain too is
Yeah.
also a pain in the ass.
yes, yeah, and then
Sorry, that's
when you so that is one thing is like consumable. So the Lamborghini will not be used only once, right? It's going to be used multiple times because it's a toy kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And a cigar is a consumable. If you smoke it, it's gone.
And I think that's the distinction as far as like I would put into something. Consumables are a rarity as far as spending money, in my opinion. $50 cigar here and there. I'm not buying it all the time. $50 cigars.
Yeah.
$50 bag, a cup of coffee. I'll do that maybe once or twice a year at most.
Yeah.
Toys. Something that's going to last a long time, like you were saying, like hats, $300 for a hat. I agree. It is a shit ton of money. But that hat's going to last at least 50, 60 years. That's
Yeah.
something that I'm going to, me or Dylan or whoever is going to pass on to their kids.
Exactly.
And their kids are going to have
Exactly.
it, Unless it's like I've been joking around, but if it was a bag of coffee blessed by the Pope, Hominus Dominus, drinkest thy coffeeus in the morning, amen. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
But
you know what I'm
see that
saying?
It has to do with value.
That's a
It's
cool
where
freaking
you
story,
put value.
dude.
It's how you where we put value, right?
Konrad the Pope now. We have Konrad the Pope.
Dude, he's from Chicago, so he's seen some shit. He's got the Lord working behind his back. And when he blesses that bag of beans, you're in for a ride. You're fighting demons that day, dude.
No, the demons are exercised.
Yours and everyone's around you.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not coming in our next podcast because I'm gonna be in Chicago taking my coffee to the Pope.
Hominus Dominus.
and that's
Amen.
and that's true. Actually, I'm gonna be in Chicago. Next
Oh
week.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
So yeah. So in the following episode on the 30th, probably gonna have
31st.
31st.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I know that because it's my dad's birthday.
Yeah, because 23rd is Saturday, 24th is Sunday, so it's +7. Yeah, that's right.
Carry the 1, 31. Yeah.
Cool.
Plus the 2. We should have my dad on here for his birthday.
That was just about to bring that up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the next Sunday, that we're going to be recording is the 24th,
Yeah.
Good math. Yep.
right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
day is today?
17.
The 17th.
17, yeah.
31st is my dad's birthday. We could have him on the podcast. I don't think Hilton got that at first.
Yeah.
He's still on the
No, because he
24th.
said next week.
I won't be here. I won't be here.
On
The 24th.
On the 24th, yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm going
But
to be
he'll
in
be
Chicago.
He'll be here for the 31st.
Yes.
31st, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tracking.
Hominus Dominus.
Okay.
Okay. He's still waking up. He has to
So,
be.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I'm
He's
telling
like,
you.
yeah, I got nothing to do,
Yeah.
fucker.
No, hey, any opportunity to roast me, please. Go ahead. Did you guys see the roast that
Shane Gillis,
Shane Gillis
dude, that was rough. Yeah, he grilled some ass on that roast for sure. For sure, he was talking about like Epstein files, like all kinds of stuff, man. And what's crazy is he just like sits there and he'll just like shake his head, like no one laughs,
and
He'll
no
just,
one
like,
laughs. Are like,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
He's making everybody uncomfortable.
yeah. He's like, no laughs. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, but these on these subject of like spending money on consumables or not, I think coffee is the same thing. If it's an occasion that is a special occasion, and then you do that like a cigar, a coffee.
And also, let's say that you
is
can
true.
drink alcohol, right? So instead
expensive
of
whiskey, yeah.
instead of celebrating with a $200 bottle or a $60-$70 champagne or sparkling
Yeah.
wine, you buy this kind of. For me, I don't drink alcohol. For me, this is more value than alcohol, than any alcohol I can drink.
Right.
So if I'm buying this, I'm
Shoot.
celebrating that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends. I might put it like, are you really going to pay $20, $30 for this cocktail? $30 for a cocktail?
Yeah.
For a splash of
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah,
the rest is just sugar.
But it's still.
Actually, yeah. We can talk about that. Let's talk about the insane margins when it comes to bars.
Yeah.
And like how much drinks have gone up. If you do the math, I mean like 1.5 ounces. So if you pay $30 for 1.5 ounces of, I don't know, like Buffalo Trace, right? You get an old fashioned. Maybe it's 3 ounces, right? They splash it with some water. You got 3 ounces of Buffalo Trace. They make you an old fashioned. It's like $20 at some places, right? I know Brass Tap. I think an old fashioned with Buffalo Trace is like $21.
Yeah, it's between 16 and 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
different places.
what for like 32 ounces? How much are you making
How
on
much
just
is
one
that?
battle?
How much is
How much are you making? So let's see. So let's do 10. So that's someone help me out here. It's like 200.
I don't know where you're going.
$220. You get $220 return just on 30 ounces. That's not even a bottle yet. So a Buffalo Trace, you can buy it at,
Yeah, I was
at a
just gonna
liquor
say.
store for like $45-$50, maybe a little bit more.
But you know what? It's all about what you're gonna do. So you go to this bar, and you know that every time you're single, every time you go there, you score. Every time you go there, you have a great time.
ROI. You invest $20 in a drink, and then you get laid.
Yes.
ROI.
That's fair, man, but damn, $20 for an old fashioned
No,
is
no, I know,
insane,
I know,
bro.
I
That's
know.
over 400%
But
return
you gotta see
on
the
a
whole
fucking
picture,
bottle
right?
of whiskey,
So
man.
you gotta see the whole picture. You're gonna spend like $100, but you get laid. You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like, but because they put value on that, they
There's-
put that on that.
I was talking
that
more of
experience.
a complaint aspect, like
Yeah.
just like
Okay,
don't know.
I got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
you get what I'm
Becky.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
All right. Write it to the manager.
Fuck
Karen.
yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
I don't like your prices.
Well, I mean, we were talking about like going and getting laid. Like I could go to, like freaking what's that place called? Roadhouse in Round Rock, dive bar. Pay like $4 for a single and still get
Yeah.
laid. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you go to go somewhere upscale. Brass Tap's not even upscale. They just charge $21 for an old fashioned.
But-
and again, like I said, that's over 400% return on a bottle of whiskey. That's insane.
And that's value. Like you prefer to, like, I'm gonna measure where I go, and I'll see my chances. Why would I spend this money on this, right? So you're just being smart, putting from my point of view, right? Putting the value where the value is, in my opinion, right? So, but so many people are so fucked up. You're not thinking about that. They just get so tired from work. Somebody called them. They feel alone, socially alone, especially in big cities. Everybody's alone. Everybody's, like this price. You can blame stress. You can blame solitude. Being alone. Like I think those two things in a big cities. That's what fuck. You see, Austin has just surpassed now a million,
people,
right?
yeah.
So that's a enormous city.
Question.
Dude, I blame greed.
Yeah.
You blame greed?
Greed, yeah.
How so?
So I know it. I think everything when it comes to prices increasing all comes to greed, and it all interconnects with each other, right? So you have gas prices, then you have like your landlords, because obviously, like for example, Brass Tap, they're probably paying what, like $8,000 to $10,000 a month on that lease alone.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe more.
Maybe
Yeah.
even more,
Because
right?
it's
Because of the
downtown.
foot traffic. Yeah. So
Plus all their liquor licenses and operating costs and stuff like that.
yeah, and then obviously like the expectation of wages, right? So whenever a bartender applies there, they're expecting a certain like wage, right? Servers, etc.
20 you pay the bar and you tip, and so it's more than 20 if you look at that, 21, and then if you tip, and then it's another $3-4.
Yep.
So
And that's just for one drink. So
For
if you
one
ordered
drink,
a 2, now you're doubling that tip, right?
yeah.
But yeah, I think it all interconnects to greed. But I mean, obviously, like that greed, I feel like the sole connector to it all. We have to make the adjustments based off of like the big man, right? So like obviously, again, let's talk about like gas prices. What does that go to? OPEC, all these
Yeah.
big oil companies.
That gets a little complicated because now I was just looking into it. We don't get any oil from Iran, so there's absolutely no reason for our gas prices to be what it is, other than the fact that basically everyone shares the cost of everything.
Well,
Because
like
we're a global economy now.
Yeah, and the suppliers can charge more because now that there is a higher
Well,
demand.
and that's what happened when Iran kicked off. There was like bread prices skyrocketed. Instead of like a loaf of bread being like $1.50, it was like $4. It was like, because things are happening in Ukraine. I'm sorry, did I
like,
say
that
Iran?
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that
It's
makes
like,
sense.
what the hell do you mean something's happening here?
Yeah, you go like it's like in the flooring business over here. There was one company that distributor that we used to buy the flooring from, and then when COVID happening and everything else, they put the price up 4 times,
Yeah.
and literally the freight cost went up. It doubled. The freight, which is a fraction of what it costs. I mean, the freight is not more expensive than it is to chop the lumber down,
Yep.
dry,
Yep.
make it in, all the process to make it into flooring. You
Yep.
know, it's like a long process, right?
Yep.
So the freight is just a little fraction of it. It's like 10% of the product,
Yep.
right? The ocean freight.
Yep.
And then sitting in California waiting for it to be unloaded and whatnot.
Yeah.
It doubled the price, like a $10,000 container. It became a $20,000 container. So the price went up per square foot on any given flooring about 25 cents. So they took flooring that our cost would be like $4 to about $8.70, and it's not justifiable when the freight. The only thing that went up in price was the freight. That went up in price 25 cents.
Yep.
So they more than doubled I just threw all of those samples away.
Yeah. On our we got notified this month as well. So we had a price increase on roofing materials by 12%. It's going to go up another 10% in June, starting June. So that's like almost 25% increase in 2 months on
Jesus,
on
it
roofing
doesn't make
materials.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, like what you were saying, bread prices go up because there's a war in Ukraine. It's like, do y'all get y'all's fucking flour from Ukraine? Like, what's going on? Right?
Apparently, they make the
No.
world's bread.
If the bread is
Yeah.
$1.50 and the price has to go up because of whatever reason it is, it's okay to go up to $1.80. You know what I mean? Just to make up for their laws in the freight or laws in or whatever it is, and not to triple the price.
Look, how much did gas prices go up?
Like $1.50. Well, I mean, $2, $2.50.
Yeah, like doubled. like, what are we doing?
Because the
What
Strait
are we
of
doing?
Hormuz has been blocked with mines, and they're not letting oil through. Okay,
And then
that sucks for the rest of the world. We don't get that oil from them.
100%. And then also, I've also heard, right? Because I'm from Odessa, which is like the oil capital of the United States, essentially. And like people there are they're like, oh, it's because oil's a commodity. And then I also heard the senator from Tennessee saying the same thing. He's like, apparently I don't understand because everyone keeps telling me oil's a commodity. What the hell does that mean? Like, what are we talking about here? What are we doing? It's all
supply.
greed. That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
the
there's a
center
supply.
point is greed.
It's a
That's
supply-
all it
It's a
is.
supply chain term, but yes, it's
Yeah, you're a $1 trillion industry, and you're telling me, like, oh, what? You have to double gas prices?
I had quite a few suppliers that the price actually went down. During that period, it's like even though they're paying more in freight and stuff, they put the price down, and they're like the company that everybody wanted to buy from. They had a lot of inventory, and they never went down in inventory.
Yeah.
So they became like the flooring company.
Well,
It was an opportunity for them.
And I was going to say, that at the end of the day is where capitalism shines. Is like, okay, Brass Tap as a local example is $20 for an old fashioned. If you really want an old fashioned, you go across the street to, I don't know, that pizza place, Slapbox, or 500 degrees or whatever it's
And
called.
I agree. That's why I said I could.
and it's $15.
And I could go over and I can go to a dive bar and I can get the same old fashioned, or I can get a double of makers for like $7 instead of at Brass Tap for like $20, right? So competition, right?
Yeah.
Drives prices at certain levels, but whenever you have something like OPEC, where it's monopolized, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
You
a huge,
can't do anything.
that is a monopoly right there.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
Gentlemen, we're over time. We need to wrap this up to get into cigar reviews and other things. Thank you very much for joining us on this fine, beautiful day here in Austin, Texas. Aidan, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
All right. We will talk to you all later. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen away. Bye-bye, everyone.